OMT Online Dynasty, we are finally back here for Conference Championship Week, the week I am looking forward to the most. We have 32 users, we have them split into 4 different conferences, 8 users in each, and now we are down to our final 8. Congratulations to everybody who made it through the regular season gauntlet and got to their conference championship game. Now, to get us started here, each championship game will get its own game of the week, so we'll have 4 total coming up. But to get it rolling, we are going to start with the conference I feel like was a little underrepresented throughout the season. Hand up, that's on me. Wish there was somebody else to blame, but there's not. This is a one-man show. That's my bad. And that is going to be the Sun Belt. In one corner, we have Big Bill, the reigning, defending Sun Belt Conference champion, going up against an upstart Jax with his Marshall Thundering Herd, who went through the regular season undefeated, including victory over Coastal Carolina. Now, that one was the last game of the season. Both teams were already locked into their conference title game, so we can't really glean a whole heck of a lot from that. But where we might be able to learn some things by looking at both teams' depth charts and kind of their season stats, get an idea of how they got here before hopping into the game. Let's start off with our defending champion, Coastal Carolina, and Big Bill. And starting with their holdover from last year, the guy we know kind of carries the major load of this Coastal Carolina offense, Roquan Barber at quarterback, 84 overall, 84 speed, pull down, and mobile deadeye. Now, he will 100% get out, try to run with his quarterback. We know that about Big Bill. We know that about Coastal Carolina. If we're Marshall, keep an eye on number 0. In the Chanticleer's backfield at halfback, we have got Emmett Johnson, 89 overall, 91 speed, just every ability in the world. And even behind him, Javin Simpkins with shifty sidestep in 360. So quite the backfield we've got going here with Coastal between Roquan Barber and these 2 halfbacks. Keep an eye on that backfield of Coastal Carolina. Now, at wide receiver, we've got some weapons here. I still hate how this guy spells his name. No personal offense to you, Zachary, but come on, buddy. Then we've also got Jamarian Wayne, 91 speed, 6'2" with takeoff wide receiver. So we do have some threats out wide, but I'm locked in on this Coastal Carolina backfield. I think if they can make some plays, they're going to have a great shot in this one. Tight end, 79 overall, 87 speed, Tristan Glass. This would probably be my main concern as a receiving threat for Coastal, but we're just keeping our eyes, we're containing, we're making sure Barber's not beating us on some runs, and making sure those halfbacks aren't going out and doing anything. I think we're just going to mainly be looking at offense. I don't think we need to go over the defense a whole lot. There's not going to be a ton to see anyway. So that's Coastal Carolina. Let's take a look at their season stats really quick, actually, and get an idea of how he plays heading into this one. Mr. Barber finishes the season with exactly 3,000 pass yards on 354 attempts. 70% completion is nice, 33 touchdowns, but 16 interceptions. So Coastal, got to limit those turnovers, obviously, and keep it in the hands of your playmakers. Now, rushing wise, let's see. Yeah, Roquan Barber leads the team, tied for the lead in carries, leads the team in yards with 750 yards, 6.5 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns for his quarterback. We keep an eye on this freaking guy. Emmett Johnson right behind him with another 116 carries, 630 yards, 5.5 yards per attempt, and 12 touchdowns on the season. So in total, 25 rush touchdowns split between Barber, Johnson, and Simpkins. A whole, I'm not even gonna, 232, 286 rush attempts. Quick maths, I think that's right. Receiving wise, Zachary leads the way, 64 for 1,025 yards, 11 touchdowns. Not far behind though is that tight end Tristan Glass, 57 for 725 and 10 touchdowns. So it's really these 3 receiving threats. You do have Graves kind of in there as well, but it's really Glass, Wayne, Widener, and the rushing attack of Coastal Carolina. That's where our focus is going to have to be for the Marshall defense. Speaking of Marshall, let's go check out his squad. The Thundering Herd will be led by Koi Pond Fagan, pull down, on time, and sleight of hand on a 78 overall quarterback. Now, of course, he does not have the speed that we saw Coastal have, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about the quarterback run so much. I want to say Marshall's more of a pocket passer. We'll have to check their playbooks and everything here too before we hop into the game. Halfbacks, this is a big concern going against Marshall, though. This guy, Chris Johnson Jr., up to 95 speed, shifty sidestep 360 armbar. We know he's going to be getting the rock, and we know once he gets into space, he is going to be, nobody on the defense is going to be fast enough to catch up to this guy, especially with the shift, with the abilities he has. If we give him just a glimmer of room, he is going to take it and make you pay. So number one concern going against Marshall, Chris Johnson Jr. Wide receiver wise, we've got some good overall guys here with Adrian Norton, 85 overall, only 89 speed here. Harmon, a ton of abilities though, and 6'3" with 50-50 balanced and downhill. So he's going to catch a lot of those jump balls, and then once he gets them, he has balanced and downhill to kind of take advantage. Don't want him one-on-one against a corner. Then we do have a little bit of speed hiding down here too with Sharon White Jr. Only 74 overall, but 93 speed. So a good balance here on this Marshall wide receiver room. You got some good height, you got a physical Antonio Harmon, you got a little bit of everything here with Adrian Norton. He's a speedster, but he's only 89 speed, but he's 6 foot tall. He's got double dip and recoup. You got the real speedster down here with White Jr. Really solid looking wide receiver room for Marshall. I guess this is how we went 7-0. Just a good, solid, well-built team. 6'5", 81 speed tight end. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so I like how Marshall put the team together. Again, we're gonna imagine he's gonna be much more of a pocket passer here with Koipan Fagan only having the 74 speed and those abilities, or just giving it to Chris Johnson Jr. But let's go check his season stats and see how that stacks up. Yep. And Fagan does have the slight advantage over Roquan Barber at Coastal Carolina here in pass yards, 32.88, 26 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions, throws it 370 times. So definitely is more of a passer compared to Coastal Carolina. Rushing, though, it's a one-man show. This is kind of exactly what we thought. I don't even see Fagan on this list. We do not have to worry about the Marshall quarterback taking off and running, but Chris Johnson Jr., 135 carries, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 yards per attempt, 12 rushes of 20-plus yards, 12 broken tackles, a long of 86. Oh my goodness. And really the big thing with Marshall too is that, oh, they do have it, is kick returns. He's been, like, I feel like his kick returns have been unbelievable. I assumed it was Chris Johnson Jr. back there, but it's actually Tony Martin, who's taken 2 back to the house this season and a punt return. So we got to be careful. It's all 3 phases. We got to watch out for the special teams of Marshall as well. Receiving wise, Harmon leads the way, but it is a pretty balanced effort up here at the top. But Harmon with 60 for 787, 6 touchdowns. Norton 53, 750, 6 touchdowns. Easter 47, 684, 6 touchdowns. White 32 for 498, 6 touchdowns. So it's a very spread out passing attack for Marshall. We just really have to keep our eyes on this Chris Johnson Jr. Let's go take a quick look at what playbooks at least these guys are in now. We'll see, maybe they changed right before the game started. Give us an idea of what these guys are going to be in. I'm pretty sure Marshall is air raid, some form of air raid. I don't know what specific one it is. We're still in Utah for now. We only really got to use it once, so we'll stick in it to start next season as well. Marshall LSU power spread. Okay, never mind. What I was saying. A good way to get Chris Johnson Jr. I don't have I used LSU? If I have, I don't really remember much about their playbook except they have like heavy tiger or something like that. There's some weird formation like that. And Coastal Carolina is going to be in the Oklahoma air raid offense. So that is our 2 teams, our 2 gladiators ready to do battle here for the Sun Belt crown. This game in Charlotte, I'm pretty sure, where the Panthers play. Some bank it's called, named after, I don't remember, but it's definitely in Charlotte. Coastal Carolina versus Marshall. Can Coastal Carolina go back-to-back Sun Belt champions, or can Marshall keep their undefeated regular season going and claim the crown for themselves? Let's get to the game and let's go find out. After our opening kickoff, it will be Big Bill in Coastal Carolina getting the ball first here. Beautiful full house here in Charlotte to watch this one. The local Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, I guess they're in South Carolina, but still close enough. Taking on Marshall. Beautiful day, beautiful venue. What more could we possibly ask for? Let's see, Coastal Carolina getting it started with a little swing to Jamarian Wayne. Or is this, looks like an RPO, so this might be a run to Simpkins. Let's see. He is going to throw, but the slot defender is there. The linebacker for Marshall flying down to make that tackle. Chasen Clark chases him down for a loss of 4. Carolina back up to the line now, a little bunch going out to the left, a little switch Mills type situation, potentially had R1, but the pressure gets in quick for Marshall, has to just throw that one away. Now behind the sticks, a 3rd and 14. What is the play call going to be in a situation like this? How aggressive do you want to get? Do you just give your quarterback the opportunity to make a play? You see a few quarterback runs here in that empty base, but we are going with the pass. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Roquan Barber taking off and running here, potentially looking for that comeback out on the left here as well. We're going to have it. It's one-on-one. He's able to get it off just in the nick of time. The pressure was getting in. The ball gets off. It's a good pass, but a little too high. The receiver gets his back snapped in half. The animation we've all seen 1,000 times. Pass falls incomplete. Marshall gets the quick 3 and out. And a short little punt. Yeah, whoa. I don't know if he tried to fair catch that or what happened, but he did a little hop there at the end and got hit pretty good. Gunwing trips is going to be the offense for Marshall. We're expecting Chris Johnson Jr. A lot of Chris Johnson Jr. is really what we're expecting. Potentially an RPO here, so we're using Ziegler to try to watch that, but there goes Johnson Jr. up the middle. Coastal Carolina giving him no room to breathe, brings him down just for a gain of 1. Marshall going to a little bit of bunch offset here. We saw Coastal try this as well. Like a little Tampa 2 potentially just sneaking one out underneath to Chris Johnson Jr. and 2 Coastal Carolina guys just took each other out of the play there. Oh, the replay cut away just before we could see it. That's unfortunate. And some more trips now from Marshall. Why off trips this time? A man blitz from Coastal. Going back to Chris Johnson Jr. right up the gut, but Coastal doing a good job keeping him in check so far. You know, it's only been 2 runs, but 2 runs for only 3 yards. When you're going against a back like Chris Johnson Jr., we are pretty dang thrilled with that. Now we got everybody over on the right. Interesting look here. An RPO, we are going to throw that one, but great job by number 27 on Coastal. Get off that block and bring him down for a minimal gain, because that looked like that had some potential there for Antonio Harmon to do a little bit of harm to this Coastal Carolina defense. But bring him down, short gain, 3rd and 5. Big down here, big man blitz coming. Is he going to go Chris Johnson Jr.? He is not. Pressure gets in there. He has to just kind of throw that one away. Koi Ponfagan unable to find anybody in time. 4th and 5. And is Marshall going to get aggressive here? Or you're already up a stop? Yeah, I think take your 3, I think is the right move here. You already got 1 stop on defense. Get the ball, get your points. We're okay with that. And the kicker is lining up. What is this? 44-yard field goal attempt for Marshall to take the early lead, heading into their own end zone. Beautiful looking end zones here at this. Doink and no, I don't even know if that doinked, but it missed to the left. Kick is up. Kick is no good. Coastal Carolina takes right back over. No harm, no foul. Chanticleer is getting that ball back right away. Emmett Johnson in the backfield with Roquan Barber trying to bounce one outside. Both defenses doing a very good job against the run here so far. That's the formation. That's the exact formation we saw last time we were watching Coastal Carolina in that quarterback run. I totally forgot. I remembered there was a formation where that quarterback run was really, really good, but I didn't remember what it was. Going with 5 wide, couple drags underneath. He had his pick between the 2, and he finds Emmett Johnson in the left flat, picking up the first Coastal Carolina first down of the day. Barber stands tall in that pocket, finds his guy, lets him get out and run, pick up some yardage. 1st and 10 now, ball at their own 40, going with a little bit of slot drive, no audibling around into an RPO. We got good numbers out there for it. We are going to throw it. The defender tries to fly down there and make a play, but kind of had a little too much pep in his step, took himself out of the play by accident, able to throw that RPO and pick up 15 yards. Now Coastal onto Marshall's side of the field for the first time here. 3 minutes and change left in the first quarter. Seems like Coastal's figuring out a few things they like. See, he came and had that left corner pressed, so we go with a streak, but then he backs him up, so now we don't have the streak. Really wish triangle kept running there. We were going to be able to find a little pocket between that zone defense if he just kept moving, but he decided to sit right behind the zone defender, giving Roquan Barber nowhere to go. Now a little read option between Roquan Barber and Emmett Johnson. Let's see, it is going to be Emmett Johnson right up the middle, but again, the Marshall run defense all over him, bringing him down for a loss of 1. 3rd and 11. What is Coastal going to go to try to pick this up? We got a deep curl on the right, a big out route over on the left. I imagine those are kind of our two reads here. We're going to have that curl if we time it right, but we also have the deep out route to Zachary with an X Widener, picking up a huge third and, what was that, 3rd and 11 for the Chanticleers, putting them into field goal range, trying to strike early. We already got the one stop, but then they kind of stopped Marshall, you know, helped with a missed field goal. But let's see if we can't get on the board here. Look out for the flat. Oh, the flat defender was lurking there. It's kind of hard to see the Marshall defenders against this grass. It's probably just me and my old man eyes. Now a 2nd and 10. Coastal coming out in a short side RPO. That's an interesting look here. Or was that just a run? Looked like maybe he switched that to just a run. Either way, Emmett Johnson takes it right up the gut. Our first points on the board today is, of course, a Coastal Carolina run. Marshall had been doing a great job that time, though. The gates opened right up the middle. Johnson walks his way right on through. Touchdown Chanticleers, 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. And thankfully, Coastal does a good job defending the kick return there of Marshall. We got to keep our eyes on that. I can't just be jumping ahead with what we saw. The damage Marshall can do on these returns. Now a little gun wing. Going back to the man blitz. We got to watch that Chris Johnson Jr. though, man. Especially in man defense. Things like those Texas routes. Even that 3rd down Marshall had earlier when we went with the big man blitz on defense. Chris Johnson Jr. is wide open in the right flat just because of who was manned up on him. We know it's going to be a lot of Chris Johnson Jr., so we just got to make sure we're keeping eyes on him. Now we're going a run right up the gut. Almost. There was only one defender between Johnson and a lot of green grass, but the Chanticleer safety comes down and makes the play, keeps him to a gain of 5. That could have been a 71-yard touchdown. That was very, very close. Again now, going back to that man blitz, going to the RPO. Oh, the defender just whiffs. The defender completely whiffs. We saw one from each side now. That was the tight end Shamar Easter on the reception. The Chanticleer defender just overruns the RPO, much like we saw Marshall do, setting up for an easy pitch and catch. A huge chunk of change for Marshall, almost down into the red zone now. Down by 7, minute and a half left here in the first. See what we are going to be going with here. Another blitz, more pressure coming in. I like Coastal keeping the pressure on Koi Fagan. That kind of rhymes as well. And making him throw another one away. 2nd and 10 now for the Thundering Herd. Now going back to some cover 1, it looks like was the call here from Coastal. Shifting the line, making sure we're keeping eyes on Chris Johnson Jr. Potentially had him on that table route. Goes for the drag underneath. Oh no, he did catch that. Wow. Good hands. Good catch. Gain of 1 for Marshall. 3rd and 9, going to some gun trips. See if we're going to go. I think it's been a lot of man blitzes on these thirds. No, we are going to be dropping back just into some zone. Keeping match coverage this time. So we're going to be on Murphy. I mean, just nowhere to go. Potentially had the halfback, but great coverage. Oh, tips it up. Rolls off the defender's back and falls incomplete. Had the halfback over to the right. But who knows if we were getting that first down. Just throw it past the sticks and hope for the best. Unfortunately, Coastal makes a great play, knocks it away. Let's see if we can make this field goal to make it a 4-point game here. Minute left in the first. That's a close one too. Sneaks it through though. 7-3. Coastal with the lead and getting the ball. And the Chanticleers going back to wing slot offset. It looks like, I think this has been, I want to say wing slot offset is the QB run formation, but now we're slipping in a little slip screen. Sneaky little boy trying to get it to Emma Johnson to the left flat, or we're audibling to a run, actually. It looks like. Didn't like the looks. Just goes with Emma Johnson right back up the gut. And again, those gates right through the middle of the Marshall defense are left wide open, left unlocked. Emma Johnson will come open that, take his gain of, I don't even know, a lot of yards. Ball at the 41. We're starting to find some things for this run game. For Coastal, it was tough sledding those the first half of this quarter, but since then this run has really opened up right at the Marshall defense. Seems to be the way for us to go. We're going back to this flood play. We have X right over the middle. Nice and easy one there. Tristan Glass, I believe his first catch of the day for the speedy tight end of Coastal Carolina. Puts them back onto Marshall's side of the field here. Already up by 4. We're liking what we're seeing out of this Coastal offense, man. They've got it moving here a little bit. Now they're going back to empty, back to the little mesh with a deep post over on X. He does press. That's a risky move. Goes underneath. Emmett Johnson, unbelievable. Oh, the stop and go. Oh my goodness. Emmett Johnson, what a showcase of a first quarter for this Coastal Carolina halfback. Takes the big run plays, gets it on the drag, makes the man miss, touchdown Chanticleers, 2-score lead here in the first quarter. Coastal wants to keep that Sun Belt crown. Let's see what Marshall can answer back with. Now, we've seen Coastal get their run game going. Let's see if Marshall can do the same and find some space for Chris Johnson Jr. Goes for the run right. Oh my goodness. That's the last 2 runs. I feel like we've been awful close, because once we get into some open space with a halfback like that, forget about it. We're gone. We've come close twice. Wouldn't surprise me to see Johnson be able to pop one off here, but that is the end of the first quarter. 14-3 lead. Coastal, you couldn't be much happier with how that, except your first drive. Other than that, we're happy with where we're at here with Coastal. I feel like we're playing solid enough defense. On the offense, we've really found some good things. Mixing in these man blitzes on defense, really been giving Marshall some trouble until now. There's the speedster, Sharon White Jr. on the little whip route. Yeah, he is going to cook. He is going to cook pretty much anybody on these kind of teams on a route like that in a man blitz. And he certainly did there. Now we're going back to Chris Johnson, find some space. It's starting to open up a little bit, kind of wearing at him, chipping away. Longest run of the day there, picking up 9 yards, setting up a 2nd and 1. Marshall onto Coastal side of the field, which is something we've seen. This is the 3rd time now. But we got to start finishing these drives. Obviously, missing field goals hurts as well. But we got to start pushing this in and getting into the end zone. Looked like he was not getting done any favors there by his tight end number 85. Almost blocked the defender right into a tackle for loss. But Johnson Jr. able to shake it off and pick up the first down. Ball at the 37. See what the Thundering Herd can do. We got to punch a touchdown in here. Going back to the pass. Just that pressure, Coastal. That defensive line is really giving Marshall trouble, and Koi Fagan is having to roll out of the pocket and back up and not able to set his feet and make a throw. We're getting people open. It's just we need a little bit of help from that offensive line. Even when Coastal's been dropping back into coverage, we just have not been able to get time. Looking maybe quick underneath, but the user defense of Coastal is there, and what a hit. Number 27 of the Chanticleers got off the block on that RPO earlier, then comes down and just lays waste to Shamar Easter there in the right flat. 3rd and 4, a similar situation we've seen a few times for Marshall. See what they go to try to pick it up here. Bunch open offset. I always worry about the RPO out of this, because I think this is the formation with like that out route RPO and just really good short yardage stuff. And that's just puts the user in a blender on a play like that. Because you got the drag underneath. If you leave that, that's open. That's a first down. And then you have the trail route behind it. There's only so much you can do as a user on a play like that. Good play by Marshall, picks up the big first down. Now we're going back to some cover 1 man, and it's back to Chris Johnson. Again, just the one-on-one, unable to shake free, but still picking up 5. We've gone from gains of 1 or 0 to pretty consistent gains of 4 at 5. We saw a 9-yard run. It's a matter of time. It's honestly a matter of time. There's only so much you can do. It's almost like the Louisiana quarterback. It's like, there's really only so much we can do. Eventually, he's gonna find a crease and make some things happen. The little press man here. Actually, I was gonna say that motion worked out pretty good, but then the defender that was guarding Chris Johnson Jr. just backed up into no man's land, kind of left him in the right flat, but we're able to find the quick out route over to the left. Now a 1st and goal, ball at the 6. Marshall needs the touchdown on this drive. See what's the game plan here to try to put this one away. Caleb Hawkins in the backfield now, goes quick underneath, finds Sharon White Jr. My Sharon White Jr. in for the Marshall touchdown, desperately needed for the Thundering Herd. Bring it back to a 4-point game. Now let's see if the defense can find some sort of answer for this Coastal run game. Or the Coastal empty offense. It looks like it is a QB draw this time, though. Trying to use Roquan Barber's legs. Really the first time we've seen that today, and Marshall is ready for it. Brings him down just a short little gain of 1. Now bunch open offset. I thought he was calling that. Oh, see that RPO. That's one of the ones I was talking about. That little speed out over on the left is so annoying. It's so good. So let's see if we're looking for that. Or, oh, that was just kind of a run right up the middle back to Emmett Johnson. I keep thinking these are RPOs and they keep being runs. But Emmett Johnson, again, finding some space. I mean, 54 rush yards. He has the rush touchdown, a receiving touchdown. He has definitely been the star of the day so far for Coastal Carolina. The big reason why they have got the lead they do. Are we actually going RPO here? Or inside zone maybe? Got a lot of options. They all look pretty good. Gun trio going with that RPO. I like the looks of it. We got the numbers out there. We got to throw it. Just need some blocks from our boys out there. We had the numbers for it. The user of Marshall, Jax, tries to come down and make a play, but he's a little late. But we just need some effort from our outside receivers there. It should have been an easy first down. Instead, it's a 4th and 1. Looks like we're going back to our wing slot, back to the QB run here potentially. Little 3-3-5 on defense for Jax. Yep, back to the QB run. Barber, nothing but room. Roquan Barber, is he going to get caught from behind? He is dragged down at the 21-yard line. That's the play. That's the formation we know Coastal loves, and that's exactly why. Look at the gap Barber had to run that sucker right down the field. Can't believe he ended up getting caught there, but still down to the 21, going with a little slip screen. Nobody decides to block the user of Jax. Marshall gets down there. McAdams makes a huge tackle because that looked like it was setting up pretty nice. But take it to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 12. Coastal up by 4. Ball at the 23. This is good stuff, boys. Little PA dagger from Coastal Carolina. Great play. Great play. Those tight end drag routes. Oh, the tight end drag route was open. Instead, we try to go over the middle of the field, and that is where Marshall was lurking. That is Jabril Al-Amin with an interception for the Thundering Herd. Takes the drag for a little bit, peels back to the deep end. Coastal never sees him, tries to force it in there. Intercepted. Marshall taken back over at their own 26. Minute 53 to go. All 3 timeouts. Time not even a concern. And again, we got green grass. We see the path for Chris Johnson Jr. to potentially rip off another 70-plus yard run. But Coastal, the last line of defense, again manages to bring him down. Going with a little Tampa 2 on the defense, swinging Johnson out. Oh, we got all day and a beautiful throw by Koi Pon Fagan, finding his tight end Shamar Easter Island for another nice gain. Now, see that offensive line's able to hold up. We're able to hit those open guys. We've had the open players. It's just not having the time to do it. And there goes Johnson Jr. once again up the middle for another gain of 9. He's starting to pick up some momentum now. I don't know if that Coastal Carolina defensive front has just been getting a little worn down, what it is, but he's finding some room to run now all of a sudden. And they're doing a much better job on the pass protection. Really not many places to go there. Just good defense, good coverage from the Chanticleers on that one. So big 3rd and 1. What do the Thundering Herd turn to here? Wouldn't be surprised if it's that man with a star in the backfield. It is indeed. Able to break that one to the right. That's what having such a good change of direction and acceleration and all that. He can take that run that's supposed to go to the left and just decide, you know what? Never mind. We're actually taking this to the right and picking up a huge first down for Marshall. Minute and 11, still all 3 timeouts, still time not a concern. Really, we want to take as much time as we possibly can in this situation if we're Marshall. Obviously, ideally, this ends with a touchdown. Take about a minute, 10 seconds or so on the clock. It would be a perfect situation. Man blitz, again, coming here from Coastal, goes whip routes, not really there. Great coverage by the Chanticleers on that one. It looked like the whip on the left wasn't really all that open either. It's a really good defense. Seems like the man defense has been the best bet so far for Coastal, but this zone, he's got nowhere to throw this ball. Absolutely nowhere to go. And I believe that was only a 3-man rush. Eventually, even that's going to get home. Force Fagan to throw another one away. 3rd and 8. Ball at the 33. I haven't seen what the wind is doing yet, but it looks like it's whipping pretty good. Here comes another man blitz. Ooh, they're kind of misaligned here. Let's see if Marshall's going to be able to take advantage of this if he sees these guys blitzing on the left. No, they're able to recover just about in time. He does recover in time. I can't believe the safety was able to get down there and actually make a play on that ball, but he does, swats it down. Now a 50-yard field goal attempt for the Thundering Herd to make this a 1-point game. 30 seconds left here before half. Let's see, kicks up. Kick is... Oh, Now that was snuck in. That was snuck in by the hair on your chinny chin, but hey, it all counts as 3 points. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. The kick's up, the kick's good. It's a 1 point game. And I believe we just head right to half here. Or maybe we're not going to half just yet. 13 seconds left here, still in the second quarter. Coastal with the ball, trying to push it, trying to get themselves a little extra cushion before half. Finds down the left sideline, making the man miss. Finally forced out of bounds at the 7. Jamarian Wayne setting Coastal up with a 1st and goal. 6 seconds left, and they are not coming out to kick. They are staying aggressive here. Some spread flex weak, looking around the playbook, trying to make this an 8-point lead before half. Can Coastal punch this one in? What a swing this would be for Marshall, finally getting back to a 1 point game. Then the big ball down the sideline, but not so fast, my friend. Chasen Clark is there to keep Coastal Carolina from being able to extend the lead. Now we take it to half, 14-13. Coastal 1 point advantage, and I believe Marshall getting the ball? Who could possibly say? We'll find out. It is indeed Marshall football here to start the second half. Martin, kind of came close there with a big old stiff arm, getting himself a little bit of room. Now, the big thing for me right now is, can Chris Johnson Jr. keep that momentum he had in that second quarter where he was getting some good runs? Get it, the slip screen, get it to our guy in space. I like to see that. There's that speed too, just outrunning the defenders. Makes 2 men miss, but jukes right back in the defensive lineman. Good effort there by big old number 88. Oh my gosh, somebody got steamrolled on that one. But good effort by the big boy of Coastal to chase him down, bring him down after just a gain of 8. A little pistol. I don't believe we've seen this out of Marshall yet. And that's not even Chris Johnson Jr. That is Joe Sean Barbie with the run, finding some space up the middle. We're starting to chip away at this Coastal Carolina front. Barbie takes it for a rush of 10. I believe the longest rush of the day so far for Marshall. Comes with Barbie in the backfield. Back to some trips, and now it's Caleb Hawkins back there with Coy Fagan. Deep middle, maybe. Oh, that would have been risky. That was a risky one. We go to that right flat. Number 11 for Coastal's there to come make a play. Jordan Robinson flies down and knocks that one out. Pass incomplete. A little spread for Marshall. A little bit of man coverage once again for Coastal. It's been treating them pretty well. Goes for the curl. Knocked out. Number 27. Whoever that corner is, I never write down defenders' names. I probably should. But whoever that corner is for Coastal has been making a name for himself in this one. Laying some hits, getting off blocks, knocking that ball out. Now a 3rd and 10. And where are we going here? A little match coverage, it looked like. Finds the deep dig over the middle. Didn't have a lot of room to squeeze that one in. A little bit of a late reaction there by number 7 on the Chanticleer's defense. Gives Fagan just enough space to fit that in and pick up the gigantic first down. Now at Coastal's 40-yard line, fresh set of downs, little man coverage right over the top, and oh my goodness gracious. Again, tight coverage, not a big window to throw that in. Fagan leaves it a little behind the wide receiver, and almost lucky that one was not intercepted by Coastal. So now a 2nd and 10, keeping it in the air, everybody going right to left. Fine. What a ball that time, though, by Coy. Again, not much room. Antonio Harmon has maybe half a step on his defender there, but Coy hits that one perfectly on the money. Huge first down. Marshall down to the 23, and here comes Chris Johnson Jr. Now we're getting some wear and tear on our guy here. He's starting to get hurt a little bit. He's getting banged up a little bit. It's been a long season for him. He's ran the ball a lot, but he knows what's at stake here. He is going to keep his nose to the grindstone, keep pounding away, and try to finish off this unbelievable season for Marshall. Ranked number 22 in the country, by the way. I don't know if I've even mentioned that at this point. Caleb Hawkins in, though, takes the direct snap. Now he might be hurt a little bit because he took quite a shot from big boy number 95 on the Coastal Carolina front. So 2nd and 8, ball at the 8. So technically you can get a first down at like the 2-inch line. I kind of want to see it. I'd be pretty impressed. Look where that first down marker is. I'd be very impressed if we can get a first down. I would love to see it here. Love to see a first down. Goes deep over the middle, over the heads of the linebackers. Ball came flying out there. Not sure what happened, but Sharon White Jr. has been the guy for Marshall here in this game, and he is there yet again. Keeps his feet in the back line. Touchdown Marshall. Now going for 2. See if we can't make this a 7-point ball game. Goes to left flat. I thought he held on to that. I thought Easter held on to that, but nope, ball is knocked out. Coastal will be getting the ball back here, down by 5. Marshall, first lead of the day. Good stuff from the Thundering Herd. We see the Chanticleers coming out in their quarterback run formation. Let's see if that is what it is. It is indeed. Marshall was ready for it, though. Almost got a little speed burst out to the left flat, but the Thundering Herd all over Roquan Barber. I don't know if that's going to be there, that wing slot offset QB run. We did get him with it once, though. I think it just kind of depend on our big boys up front. What are they going to be able to do for us? So now Coastal's looking to stretch down the field here a little bit, but now the Marshall pass rush is the one coming in. A total flip of what we saw in the first quarter and first half, where Coastal's defensive line was wreaking havoc in the Marshall backfield, not letting Coy look downfield to make any throws. This time it is the Marshall defensive front getting after Roquan Barber, brings him down. Huge sack. 3rd and 23. Ball at our own 10. Probably, no, not gonna have the comeback. We got a flat there. Not gonna have the comeback. There's Chasen Clark again. Was the hero right before half that kept it a 1-point game. Then on 3rd and 23, he flies out to that flat to watch the comeback route. Perfect timing, perfect defense, interception. Marshall in scoring range, up by 5. Ball at the 25. A field goal makes it 8-point game, but we are thinking bigger than that. Go to the right flat, find Shamar Easter yet again. 5 for 78 now for the Marshall tight end. He's putting his own stamp on this game. It's been Sharon White, Chris Johnson. Like, there's just a lot to worry about going against Marshall. Now here goes Chris Johnson Jr. right up the gut. He gets a little bit of a speed burst, just enough to pick up the first down. 1st and 10 now, Marshall. Ball at the 14, looking to push this to a 2-score lead. Joshawn Barbie in the backfield with Coy Fagan. Let's see, going with a toss. Oh, and Barbie gets the edge. What a call on the toss. Catches Coastal unprepared, and Joshawn Barbie steps in, steps up. Touchdown Marshall. Now we go for 2 again, I guess. Make it a 13-point game. Sure, why not? Little stack Y off week. The tides seemingly have turned here for Coastal. Let's see if they are going to be able to get some momentum back and make a comeback for the Sun Belt. Goes with the RPO all over him again. Just nowhere to go. 11-point lead, Marshall. Let's see now Coastal's offense. Pressure's on now, Roquan. We got to get something going here, buddy. Coming back out in shotgun. Big blitz coming. Gonna have the comeback over there. That looked bizarre. I'm not sure what happened there. This sure looked like that should have been open. He almost like slipped on the break or something and led that to be incomplete. That was kind of a tough break there for Coastal. Now, oh, we were going to go with a little play action. Now we're just going to go back to the run, up the gut. Nowhere to go. And this Marshall defense, they are smelling blood in the water. And Chasen Clark comes down for a TFL. 2 interceptions, 2 TFLs. Chasen Clark has been all over the place for the Marshall defense, pushing them back to a 3rd and 14. What is Coastal gonna do in this situation? Look like potentially going back to that flood play. Yeah, I like it with how much Marshall not sending any blitz this time, though. Getting drop zone right over the middle of the field. Number 29, Chris Wokema, is there for the Marshall interception. What a turn of this game from Coastal. 6 seconds left at the first half there. Could have made it an 8-point game. Marshall gets the ball to start the second half, goes down and scores, gets an interception, scores, gets another interception. Now an 11-point lead in Coastal's red zone already. Going with a little man blitz on the defense, going back to Joshawn Barbie, nowhere to go. 2nd and 11. I mean, if we're Coastal here and we can keep him to a field goal, this is not the worst thing in the world. So that would make it a 14-point game. We're okay. We have a good shot still. Touchdown, pretty devastating. So 3rd and 9. Let's see how aggressive Coastal's going to get here on defense. I wouldn't hate another big man blitz, honestly. We have to try to heat up that Koi Fagan and take away quick underneath. But we'll see. We'll see what Marshall comes out in here. Marshall in some trips. Coastal is in some man again. If we have Chris Johnson going to the right flat, it's going to be wide open. We go for the slot fade. Click on, swat it down. Big boy number 3 of Coastal. Good job getting up there, knocking that one away. So keeping him to a field goal. Obviously still not ideal having the interception, but could have been much, much worse. It's still just a 2-score game. If it's good, it is. Still just a 2-score game. We're in this still for Coastal. We're hanging around. 26 seconds left here in the third. We need something from the Chanticleers here. Going, the old bunch empty. Yep, and only 4 down. We're going to go ahead and just run this with Barber. Safety's going to try to fly down and make a play, but that defensive tackle actually gets off that block. Helps bring Barber down after just a gain of 5. Going hurry up, staying in it here as well. Almost surprised we didn't just go back to it. You got the right flat, but we also have old Zachary with an X getting open deep over the middle, already to the 50-yard line. Here we go, Coastal. Telling you, they're not out of this. They are absolutely not out of this. With the speed that Coastal has, like at quarterback, Barber could rip a touchdown run at any given time. This is not over yet. And even hurrying up, catches him offside. Gets the snap off quick. Decline the penalty, set up a 2nd and 1 in the 4th quarter. Going back to our empty mesh with the big blitz coming. He's taking away the drag. We got the deep in, and it's airmailed by Roquan. Those are the ones we need, Barber. I mean, with that comeback earlier, that's open. A couple bad breaks lately here for Coastal, but still just a 3rd and 1. Ball at the Marshall 42. We've been in worse spots than this. Going with just the straight verticals. Trying to burn him deep. Doesn't look like he's got a step on him. He actually almost got up there and made that play. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. Good old Emmett Johnson almost climbs the ladder and makes an unbelievable catch. But instead we got a 4th and 1. What do we go to here if we're the Chanticleers? Do we go back to that wing slot offset quarterback run? Do we go back to the bunch quads open? Come out in the RPO? Switch it around? Or we just give it to Emmett Johnson right up the gut? I like the looks of an RPO here. I think we can throw this to Wayne. As long as our guys outside actually make the blocks and hold the blocks. Good job, boys. They finally, it burned us earlier when they didn't. That time they get in there, hold their blocks, pick up the easy 1st down for Coastal. So obviously we need a touchdown on this drive. See if we can't put one together. Going back to Emmett Johnson. He's got room again. Emmett Johnson, his 3rd touchdown of the day. He will not go quietly into this dark night. He will take it himself, put the team on his gosh dang back, and gets in there for the touchdown. I assume we're just going for one. Looks like it. Yeah, going for one to the extra point. A 7-point game now. Just leave it to Emmett Johnson, man. Now the Marshall offense with a chance to potentially put this one away. Oh, I thought for sure that was around to Chris Johnson Jr. Again, great defense by Coastal. There's nowhere for Coy to go. Clicks in that right stick, sends big boy number 88, Isaiah Shirley, comes down to get the sack. 2nd and 11. Yeah, just nowhere to go there. Great defense by Coastal. The 2nd and 11, we gotta imagine, is that actually looks like it's Caleb Hawkins back there. It is Caleb Hawkins back there. I was just gonna say, you gotta imagine, watch the deep dig. Oh, and then slips it underneath, and Caleb Hawkins gets laid out by number 22 on Coastal. Good thing he held on to that ball. That is a fumble sometimes. But we potentially had that deep dig too, but good find to the halfback. Coastal going with some pressure defense here, bringing everybody down on the line. Big win. Oh my God. The defensive tackle, first of all, got in there in a heartbeat. He got in there so quickly. And then a dropped interception from number 11 on Coastal. There's been a few instances of some close calls, just not going the Chanticleer's way here so far. Now Marshall, we've seen before, they do like to swap out their quarterback late in these games if Fagan's getting beat up. We'll see if that's what he's doing here. Gun empty trio, 4th and 3 for Marshall. It is still Fagan back there. I'm sure he was doing some substitutions of some kind, or just something came up and he had to take care of it quick. So we got a QB spy on the D tackle, contains, playing a little zone coverage, and needs some pressure to get in there, get down there and make a hit. No, unable to. He hits Shamar Easter deep over the middle. Easter Island is there. Wow, 4th and 3, get aggressive, push it downfield. The Coastal safety unable to come down and make a play on that ball in time. What a play by Marshall. Tip of the cap for that one. 1st and 10 now, 4 minutes to go. Potentially at Chris Johnson Jr. again, but instead just go back to Easter. The guy has been a rock like the statues on Easter Island. He has been a safe harbor for Koi Fagan, and he finds him again, puts Easter over 100 yards on the day. Guy has been just all over the place, catching everything from Marshall. Now we go back to Chris Johnson Jr., but still nowhere really to run. Good job again by Coastal, keeping Chris Johnson Jr. contained here so far. Under 4 minutes to go, ball in the red zone. Marshall looking to make this a 2-score lead here for the Sunbelt. Goes with the RPO, keeps it to Chris Johnson, and that, he is just walking in. A guy like Chris, he could have got on his hands and handstand walked his way in for the Marshall touchdown, pushing it to a 2-score lead, 3:44 left. Now for Coastal, we really got to be pedal to the metal here. We got to score before the 2-minute warning. Keep as many timeouts as we can. Go down to that flat there. Yep, find our guy number 81, Tristan Glass, right there in the flat. Take our 8. That's all right. That defender, the container, whoever it was not letting Barber get anywhere on that. Right up the seam. That's a tight window for Barber. Oh, number 26 on Marshall almost turned that into a disaster. It looked like he tried to undercut it at the last second, but didn't react to the ball at all, and kind of left Zachary to potentially streak that into the end zone. Maybe a touch overthrown by Barber, a little bit of a wobbler there. I did see it is like 12-mile-per-hour wind. I don't know if that actually affects passes or not, but it might. So something to keep in mind. Going back to the little flood swing. You see, we got the flood, got R1, and Barber. Buddy, Roquan. That is quite a few throws we have seen him just straight up miss at this point. And it makes it tough. If your quarterback can't hit those easy throws, of course, offense is going to be very, very difficult. Tough look for Roquan Barber in this one. Going to the little trips, the little zig underneath, I love this play. It's like high-low something, high-low dig maybe. Great play out of Y off trips nasty. Potentially could have gone to the seam. Playmaker him up. Goes, wow. Then Barber hits that throw, though. Of all the things. We miss all the easy throws in the world, but Barber rolling out to his right, thrown back to the left sideline, hits Bryson Graves for the first down, keeps the drive alive. Now we go for the little tight end flat to Tristan Glass. Again, not the best blocking by our outside receivers there. I still can't get over that last throw. We read the wide open little out route to our tight end, but then from the right hash, throwing back to the left sideline, dead on the money. Unbelievable. Good for you, Roquan. Good for you, buddy. Now we'll play action from Coastal. I mean, we're still alive here. We're right on pace. R1 right over the middle. Red ball. Another one. Another one. Another one. What's that guy's name? Why can I not think of that guy's name? DJ Khaled. Another one. Just red pass after red pass, getting guys open, but doesn't do much good if your quarterback can't hit the throw. So 3rd and 4 now. I'm going to go with the run back to Emmett Johnson. Unfortunately, that time Marshall flies down to make that play. Still caps off to Emmett Johnson and the game he has put together here for Coastal Carolina. If it wasn't for him, we'd really be in trouble. Coastal takes the time out there. I actually kind of like the looks of that. That was a weird little RPO, but I thought that looked pretty good. 4th and 5, a game on the line here for Coastal. Let's see where they are looking. Got triangle. Can Barber hit it? Thank you, Roquan. Thank you, Roquan Barber. Finds Zachary Widener over the middle of the field, and now we got some life for Coastal. 2.5 to go. Unfortunately, had to burn that one time out. But still, now at least we got the 2-minute warning still. It's a 7-point game. Huge. 2 gigantic 4th down conversions there from Coastal. Great effort from the Chanticleers. We are going to go ahead and kick this off deep. I guess with this much time left, still have the 2-minute warning, still have 2 timeouts. It makes sense. As long as we can tackle this kick returner. They've been doing a good job so far. Good. So now it is on Coastal's defense. We've come close to getting a few stops against Marshall. No more room for error here. We got to clutch up this time, boys. Oh, is this Heavy Tiger that I mentioned in the beginning? The only thing I know in the LSU playbook? Oh, well, we're going to run out of time anyway. Dang it. All right, we're coming out Heavy Tiger again anyway. Good. I'm excited. Honestly, I don't know even what's in this formation, but it looks pretty neat. No, I'm excited to see. I mean, sure looks like a run up the middle is going to be there. Caleb Hawkins is in the backfield here with Qui-Fagon. I think Chris Johnson Jr. just took quite a licking today, took quite a beating, and there goes Hawkins. That poor safety, I think it was number 7 of Coastal, just got absolutely laid out. You could see it in the replay right there. Looked like he took a forearm straight to the face. There he is on the ground. Gain of 8, Caleb Hawkins, take it to the 2-minute warning. Staying in a heavy set, not heavy tiger, not quite that heavy. We do still have one receiver out on the left. There goes Chris Johnson Jr. There is that gap up the middle. We knew it was a matter of time. There he goes, mama. There goes that man again. Hand down, man down. Other Mark Jackson things. That should just about do her here. Puts Marshall in field goal range, up by 7. 2 timeouts for Coastal. So we can run this one down. One more first down is definitely over. I think Coastal technically still has a shot here, but we got to stop this run. There goes Joshawn Barbie up the middle. Only a gain of about 2, so we got a shot. And then with the wind whipping, if we can force him to kick a longish field goal here, we got a chance. Not much of one considering we've only got 1 timeout left, but technically a chance. Got to get down there and sell out for the run, but there Joshawn Barbie finds just enough space. 3rd and 1. It all comes down to this. Coastal, to keep their dreams of going back-to-back alive, they have got to get in the backfield and find a way to stop this Marshall rushing attack somehow, some way, and they are going awful heavy on the offensive side of things. Fly down there with Davis, try to get in the backfield, and they do get in the backfield and bring him down. Okay, so now 4th and 2, 41-yard field goal for Marshall with a 12-mile-an-hour straight crosswind. No gimme. Can Coastal keep the little sliver of life? The faintest little lantern light is still on for Coastal's chances to win the Sun Belt here. How about a blocked kick? It's been a while since we've seen one of those. Who was it that was? I think it was Georgia State that got their kick blocked in like 3 straight games. That was tough. That was tough scenes. But we're going to sit here for about 20 seconds before this kicks anyway. And the kick is on the way, and it is no good. Left out to the left yet again, and Coastal is alive. Coastal somehow, so that's why it was so important they scored before that 2-minute warning. They were able to use that as an extra timeout at the start of that drive. Without that, that game was over. 29 seconds, no timeouts, ball at the 24. Need to go 76 yards here with no timeouts. Nothing against you personally, Jax, but I kind of hope Coastal's able to pull this off. And he's got him on the streak. He's got him beat deep. No shot. Roquan Barber, you dirty dog. He had him beat on the streak. That's a walk-in touchdown with a good throw from Barber. He overthrows his man. Incomplete pass. No way. I mean, we have the drag. Yeah, you gotta just take a chunk of yards there, hurry up, and either try to spike this really quick or just hurry up. I can't believe we missed that streak, Roquan. For all the good of Roquan Barber, every once in a while, man, you get some things like that. Trying to set up a deep bomb over there to the left with the streak and the deep post. So, oh my God, Zachary Widener caught it. What? What? I say that was thrown a little early maybe because they were just right next to each other, but Widener's going to go up and make that gosh dang play anyway. 9 seconds left. They're at Marshall's 22-yard line, down by 7. One last play, one last shot for Coastal. Where are we looking here? Don't really see anything. We got a playmaker, somebody. Playmaker's X up, tries to throw the triangle, and just like that, the Marshall defense steps up to make the huge play. William Nettles with the game-sealing interception. The Marshall Thundering Herd hold on for dear life and pull off the victory. Congratulations, Marshall, the Sun Belt champions. What a game, guys. Unreal stuff. And Coastal, I really thought we had that at the end. That missed streak, brutal. Absolutely brutal stuff. But congratulations, Big Bill, Coastal Carolina. Congratulations to Jax and his Marshall Thundering Herd. Great season, guys. Great game, guys. That was a fun one. What a great way to get conference championship season started. That'll do it for this one. We're looking at some replays of something, but I'll go ahead and stop it here. But yeah, what a way for us to start conference championship week. We will be back not tomorrow, but the next day with the Mountain West. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you then. Until then, take it easy.